Yeah.
Yep.
So I just wondering.
All right, so I'm gonna talk to you guys about follow-up. Okay? Oh gosh, they're gonna make us. We gotta beat that. Ready? 1, 2, 3. My poor voice isn't gonna make it.
Oops, sorry.
Oh, we beat you guys. Just saying.
Nice
All
try.
right. Yeah, good try. So I'm gonna talk to.
Oh no!
Okay.
Once again. Wow.
We're good. We gotta stay on schedule. We are behind. And I think we were late last week too, and we were on track. We went over last week and we were on track with schedule.
You were on track last week?
But we got off.
You went over,
Anyway,
yeah, it happens.
so.
Could you please speak up because it's so hard.
Yeah, I'm trying. Like my voice
I
is,
do
I'm
understand.
spent. Like I literally, it's like razors right
Yeah.
now.
Late night.
You're good.
Yeah, because I had
It's
a
all
very
good.
late night. I didn't get time to repair. I was literally, those lozenges that you gave me, I'm like sitting there last night. Thank you. Yeah, I got them. They're good. Thank you. They were. Okay, so what we're going to talk about is the follow-up. Right, I'm going to help you do the follow-up. I'm going to give you some strategies that I do and recommend. And the first one is I send a weekly newsletter, but it's not a get. It's a give. And what a get is you send a newsletter and you have your ready page for them to buy. That's a get. A give is you give them something. So like, for example, we just got back from Disney World, and one of the days we were there, I had my grandchildren and they had the bubbles, and they were just doing that, and I just sent it, and I said, what does your perfect day look like? And I put that picture in there. And I just said, I'm living my perfect day right now, because I had the courage to believe in myself and launch into the digital space and follow a simple blueprint. This was our day today. And that's all I did. I said, just have the courage to keep on. And if you have any questions, I would love to answer questions and help you feel safe. That's it. That literally email pretty much paid for our trip. They emailed me and they were like, how do I get started? Or they would go through their emails and they would find and they would purchase. But they said it was that email. So I do that every Sunday. I will send, and here's why I love Sundays. Because a lot of people make decisions on Sundays like, oh, I got to go to work tomorrow. And so, so Sundays are a good day to send that give email. And it's just coming from the heart. Whatever you want to say, maybe you have a current event going on. Like you guys should all literally tonight send a newsletter out and talk about your biggest takeaways you had from this mastermind. And something else you could do is you could partner up with a few people in here and you guys could do a Zoom. And you could be like, you guys, we just got back from a mastermind that we paid money to be at. And I want to share what I learned with you for free. And I'm actually going to have 3 other people out with the mastermind, and we're going to do a call with you. And we're each going to give us share with you for free our biggest tips that we had from the mastermind. And you can send that out as a newsletter, and you could schedule a webinar or a Zoom. And you could do the Zoom, have it Thursday at 8, right? And then say, reply to this email if you want the Zoom link. Here's why you say reply to the email. Because if you can get people to reply to automations, it builds your credibility with the email providers. And then you don't go to spam and promotion as much. So I'm always like, reply to this email. And then when Thursday comes, you can send the link. Hey guys, I'm getting ready to do this. And here's the other thing. If you guys do this and you know what each of you are going to cover, you could also sell it as a $17 product. You guys got that? That's why community matters. I know most of you didn't get that. So you guys partner up with a few people, right? And then you do this. You share your biggest nuggets, your biggest takeaways. And then all you can do is you can add that. You can add it unlisted on YouTube, or there's other platforms I would recommend. I would add it to school and I would put it inside the classroom, and you can sell that for $17 all day long. There's another income, because the moment you can get somebody to spend some money with you, they'll spend more with you. So again, you're giving it away for free at first, and then you can package it up and sell it. So every step I want you to take in your business is to add another income stream, right? Or it's always to add something, and that's what people need. So that's something I would recommend. Do a heartfelt email, your biggest takeaway from today. And then maybe tomorrow, like you guys, I literally need to pour into you and share with you what I learned. And here's the thing, this is why you say this. This is key. This is why you say, I paid money to be here. Here's why. When people know that you paid money to be somewhere, they will pay money to you. They will pay money to people that are pouring into themselves and spending money on themselves faster than they will people that don't. Why would somebody spend money with you when you won't even spend money on you? But when they realize you're investing in your education, your future, they're like, wow, these guys are serious. It's true. It is so serious. And then the fact that you paid money and then you're going to share it with them for free is awesome. And then you get on, you do it. It's really good. You can upload it and you can sell it. $17 or $27. Like Jessica makes a lot of money on a, I think, $27 Facebook product that she has done many times for free. But the moment you put a price tag, it adds value. But again, you're giving it to your list for free, right? And you can even say, before you start recording, you can be like, by the way, you guys, I'm giving this to you for free, but we are turning it into a product that we are going to be selling. But because you're here, you're ready for a change, I'm giving it to you for free. You can let them know that they're getting this. Yeah. Right? So,
So whenever you partner with somebody and they're sharing their takeaway, are they actually going to be like given a little small training on something that we did here, or just like their aha?
Yeah, so like for example, let's say you had a breakthrough with your story. Share with them what that is. Like, that's it. You're just like, well, I'm like, oh my gosh, I can do that.
Like, I can see your wheels turning back there.
Yeah, that's it. And then like whoever sets up the Zoom link, all you got to do is just download it to your computer and just upload it to a Google Drive and then share it with the other people that did it with you. But just doing it with a few people it just gives credibility. Because you're not this your own. And then you can literally, like, let's say you partner with 2 or 3 other people, but neither of you bought from each other. You say that. By the way, these are people in the community. None of these are my customer, nor am I their customer. We just work together. And this shows you that you're in business for yourself because you're making 100% profit, but you're not in business by yourself. And that shows them. And then what you do is, so let's say you do it, that you talk first, and then you're like, by the way, I'm going to introduce you to Monica, and she is going to share her part. You guys, and if you're here because of Monica, she's amazing. You couldn't be with better people than her. So you're edifying them a little bit, and then you pass the torch on. So instead of like, okay, here's Monica next, right? Just give a little bit of credibility. And people are like, oh, wow. First of all, it gives you credibility because you took the time to acknowledge somebody, and then you were not acknowledged. Like, it's huge. Huge. Anyway, so that's one of the things I would recommend. So a weekly newsletter. But here's the strategy with the weekly newsletter. So like, for example, let's say you do this newsletter tonight, okay? Today's Tuesday, right? Yeah. So let's say you send it tonight at 7. Tomorrow at 7, go back to that newsletter and look at the 3 dots beside it. Click on that, and where it says resend to people that didn't open it, then resend it again, but change the subject line, because obviously the first subject line wasn't juicy enough for them to open it. So then 2 days later, so that would be, so Friday, what I would spend the time, set your alarm for 15 minutes or 30 minutes, and click on the ones that didn't open. And go through them. Just click on their name, scroll down, and you'll see if they open the emails or not. If they've been in your email automations for 14 days or more, and they have not opened any emails, delete them. And that's going to be really, really hard. Most of you don't have a lot of emails, but here's why. If you have a lot of email lists but they're not opening, that's why you're going to promotion or spam. The less emails you have, that more that open, you will show up in their main inbox all the time. I used to do that all the time. Now, we'll share with you. You won't always do that. Like when you start making like $500,000 a year, I'm going to show you how to create tags. Now I'm built based on tags. So every 3 months, I get a new tag. So like right now, like I had the first January, February, March was a tag. The first quarter of 2025. So like I can send just newsletters to them, and then I can just trim the fat on that one. So I'll teach you guys that. So I don't do it anymore. And I'm going to teach you how to outsource that as well. But for now, set your alarm for 15 minutes. Here's why 15 minutes. You'll go quicker. You'll get it done quicker. If you think you have all evening, you'll take all evening. If you like, only got 15 minutes, I got to go through these names quick. you'll get more done. And so just trim the fat on them. Now, if they've opened 1 or 2 of them, keep them in there. Okay, keep them in there. They've opened none, get them out. They are affecting your credibility with the email fraudsters. So I would do that. If it's a really, really, really good newsletter where you had a good open rate, good click rate, add it to your automations a week later. You don't want to add it immediately because they both just got it, right? Then add it a week later. So that's how I build my email list. So that's the next thing to do. Now, the next thing to do is send a Loom to your email list. I would do this at least once a month, unless you have a really, really good week of a lot of emails coming in. And this is all the Loom says. A Loom, you guys have heard of Loom, right? Yeah. Okay, and it's free if you keep your videos under 5 minutes, and this video should be no more than 2 minutes. And you're literally just like, hey, I just wanted to check in with you, and act like you're talking to one person. And it's like, I just wanted to check in with you and see if you have any questions. I know you're looking into starting your own business online. You're wanting to learn more about digital marketing. I want to help you feel safe with your decision. So please reply back to this with any questions you have, and I'm going to create you a personal video. And I'm a visual person, so I'm going to visually show you the answers. Look forward to hearing from you. That's it. Send it. You'll be surprised how many people reply. Eventually, they'll start replying to that. Then when they reply, actually reply back with the video. And one of the first things I want you to do is introduce the community. Say, first of all, I love your question. Thank you for asking. I'm going to just introduce you first to the community. Then share your screen. I just do it in Loom, right? Because you can share your screen in Loom. First thing I'll do is go to the wins. And this is so important. I click on the wins, and I'm like, I just want to show you what's going on inside our community and how anybody can have success. And then I'm like, yeah, there's like 30 pages or 30 stories per page. Then I scroll down to the very bottom. And I do this intentionally. I'm like, okay, there's 27,000 pages times 30. There's like 780 wins inside our community. But I do the calculator in front of them because I want them to process it, because sometimes you can say it so fast. And then I'm like, I can't wait to see you and have the community celebrate you, because you'll see the wins. A lot of people celebrate them. Right there, they all of a sudden felt seen and heard, like, wow, I'm part of something bigger than that. Because that's why most people haven't made the decision yet. They do not feel safe yet. So that's how I always start out. Then I'll answer the question. So I recommend that. So that's something to do. I only do that maybe once a month, unless I had a really good week. Then I'll send it again like, oh my goodness, right? This is awesome. How can I help you? There's a reason you haven't made a decision yet. You're interested. That's the other thing. The other thing I recommend is going through every single automation and adding either story, to a win, or adding your own personal videos through your social media platform, the main one you're using. Here's what's interesting. I did a survey, and over 90% of my customers were not even following me on social media. Is that not crazy? Because what happened is they see me on social media, they go to the comments, and then I would reply back with my dailypaidbusiness.com. They would go there, they'd get my automations. And then for the next few days, they see me on social media, so they probably assumed they were following me, but they weren't. That's one of the biggest emails to this day I get. Hey, I just bought from you, but there's like 39 Michelle O'Neills. Which one are you? So I found out they weren't following me. So it's, and I have tons of my TikToks in my automations. Interesting, but they go to there. And my point is most of your people in your email list are not following you. So make sure you go to all of your email automations and you add a video. So what I did is I went to my emails and I read the email and I created a TikTok based off of that to make value for that email. And I posted that video on TikTok. And then I took the link and I put it inside the emails. And think about this. If you guys are doing this, you're constantly getting exposure to that video. But you are teaching the algorithms who your perfect customer is, because they're in your email. So they are your perfect customer, or they wouldn't be in your email. So if people like them keep on hitting that video, you're training the algorithms who to show your content to. I think that's one of the things why I grew so quickly, because I just trained the algorithms, because I've always had videos and everything. And so I recommend that. If you're doing some on YouTube and another platform, I would use both. I would do both. So that's something important to do. And if you share a picture, make sure you click on the picture and you add your ready link. Because you don't want them to click on the picture, you don't want the picture to pop up. I mean, that's kind of a like, so what? You want them to click on the picture, that means they're curious, and you want your ready page to pop up, right? So make sure you do that. Because so many people just have the picture in there, but you click on them and it doesn't do anything. We want to always take them somewhere. Okay? Yeah. So, next thing I recommend doing is start doing a Q&A just for your potential customers. If you don't have a lot of emails, a lot of people on your email list, maybe partner up with somebody in the community and do it together. But don't schedule them. There's no urgency in that. Because your email list will be like, oh, I'll get to the next one. So here's how I would position it. We do the webinars, right? Then we send out the replays. A day later, send an email and be like, hey, I just wanted to check in with you. I wanted to know if you had any questions from the webinar or the webinar replay that I sent. So what I want to do for you is I'm going to do a special Q&A with just you and a few other people. It's going to be a very intimate setting, and I want to be able to answer your questions. I want to help you bridge the gap of what's holding you back from launching your own business. Because it's costing you money for not taking action. And I'm here to help you. So if you're interested in attending that, it's Thursday at 4, whatever, you pick the time, reply to this email. Again, I'm trying to get them to reply to the email, right? And so reply to this email. And then, again, most won't, okay? I'm just sharing with you, most won't. But if you're consistent, soon they will. So anyway, then the day of the event that you're gonna do Q&A, and it's super relaxed, by the way. The day you do that, all you do is like an hour before, just say, hey, just want to remind you there's a Q&A in 1 hour, here's the link. Then you put the link in that one, right? And then, so I'm gonna help you position this for success though. Again, your goal isn't to waste 30 minutes on a Zoom for nothing. Your goal is to record it and add it to your email automations, right? Or add it to a newsletter. So here's how I position it, because there's many key things that will have it be successful. The first one is when you get on, literally say, okay, with your permission, I want to record this. Because many people couldn't attend, and I want to get them the recording, and also I want you to be able to hear your question and answer again. So are you guys okay if I record it? People are gonna be like, yes, right? And then the second thing, now there's 2 ways you can ask a question. One, by posting your question in the chat, so you're satisfying the introverts, right? And then, or 2, the extroverts, like you can unmute and ask your question by raising your hand. Okay, and then so you're letting them know there's 2 ways to ask questions. Now, if there's more than like 4 people on, this is what you say, oh my gosh, like there's supposed to be just like 4 people on, but like we have 8. This is awesome. This shows you how many of you are so excited about taking control of your future and launching your own online business. I will stay on and make sure every question is answered. That way they like, I thought you said there's only going to be a few people, but you added the excitement and energy that like, oh my gosh, people are really serious about this. And then what you do though, here's the next part, because you got to think about this. You're putting this on YouTube, right? As a unlisted, because you're going to put it in your emails. So always start with you having control, because I will tell you what, if the moment you allow somebody to ask a question, they're going to take 42 minutes to ask a 17-second question. And then nobody's going to listen to the replay. So what I always do is I start the webinar or the Zoom with, okay, what I'm going to do is I want to answer, first I'll share with you the top 3 questions that I get. And then after that, I'm going to answer your questions. That way you're given quality, and given the good questions and the good answers. The first question I would always say is this. The biggest question I get is, am I going to have to be by myself in this business? And then that's when you literally go, I'm going to show you guys this. Because yes, you are in business for yourself, because yes, you're going to make 100% profit. So all of the work that you do, you don't have to share with anybody. But you're not in business by yourself. I'm going to share my screen and I'm going to show you our community. And then that's when you go to the community, you click on the wins, and while you're talking to them, you're letting them see the wins. right? Go to the bottom, get your calculator out and add, like, look at that. There's 780 wins in here. Like, our process works. And look at everybody loving on everybody. I can't wait for that to be your post. You're painting the picture. So we can celebrate you. So yeah, you're definitely not alone in this business. Okay, so like now all of a sudden you're getting them excited, right? You got them like vision, you're showing them vision. The second question I usually ask is, what is this 2-hour workday? And you break down the power of the automations, right? And the third question, I mean, it depends on my webinar, what I do, but the third question is typically, I don't want to record videos. I'm terrified to do videos, right? It's either that one or the time. How much time will this take? Those are the other 2 questions I get. But usually I do the video one, and I just share stories. I'm like, you know how many people launch their business, and we're terrified to do videos. But here's the key. But you guys are already consumers on social media. All you gotta do is just become a creator for an hour a day and turn that into an income stream. And we walk you through the process. Matter of fact, you now can get certified. So you have that confidence and that clarity that you need, right? So you paint the picture. So then you do that, you just do 3 questions and you're like doomed to the point, because you gotta understand people are gonna be watching this replay. Or you can even add it to your automations where it's always gonna be out there. Then what you do is you open it for questions. And some will ask questions and some won't. If they do, just answer the question. My best one was, this one guy's like, yeah, my question is like, how do I get started with this? Here's what I did. I put my Ready website in the chat, and then I opened it up. I go, let me go there and walk you through it real quick. Great question. I love your excitement. You know, I really leaned in on him. And then I shared my screen again, and I walked through my website. You know, here's the 900, the payment plans, and I walk through the steps. He literally puts in the chat, I just got started. I'm like, oh my gosh, I can't wait to love on you, and I can't wait to see the community. And all of a sudden, like 3 minutes later, I just got started. 3 people got started because of the ripple effect from the one. So sometimes that does happen, and that's the one you're like, oh, that's adding to the automations, like, you know, because people need to see that. You will have the time when nobody says anything. And that's who's like, awesome, I'm so glad that one of your questions was what other people have had. And that's what you'll notice about this business. You're not gonna get a lot of questions. But if you do, you have a community to help you. You know, just email me if you have any questions. Thank you guys for being here. I'll give you the replay in 24 hours and, you know, just end it. You will have times when nobody shows up. But act like they do. Because you need to practice. So if you have nobody show up, you literally just say, hey, thanks for getting on. I'm going to answer the top 3 questions. Answer the top 3 questions like people are on. And say, great, now who has questions? And then when nobody says anything, say, really? I was that good today and I answered your questions? Well, if you do have a question, just email me. I would love to answer questions. Give me 24 hours and you'll get the replay in it. So you didn't waste your time. And it might have been really good, or you can send it out. Or it might have not, but you can learn. You'll learn or earn, or both, right? Here's the thing, you can take these Q&As that you do. That's why you want the first 3 questions to be you, because you can take these and you can chunk them into shorts or stories. Like, and even if somebody asks you a question, you don't got to show them, but you can show your answer. Because you will show up differently, and it really creates the best content. But never let them know. Like if somebody's like, well, is there another one next week? Say, I don't know when the next one is. So if you can't get on, this is if you get an email that says this, I don't know when the next one is. But if you can't get on, please reply to this email with your question and I will answer it. You'll be surprised how many people will do that. Oh yeah, here's my question. Can I have the replay to this? This is awesome. So, and again, if you're new, do this with somebody else. Like, and then they can invite their list, their guests, and you can invite their guests. You both can answer their top 3 questions, your top 3 questions, or your top 2 and their top 2. Open it for Q&A and go on. Kind of just piggyback off of each other. But that's been huge. That's been a game changer for Jessica's business when she's already doing that. She was building such a huge email list and she wasn't tracking. And then when I taught her to track and do this, it changed everything. So now she'll do Q&As for her customers and for her email list. Any questions on that? I know that was a lot, really good. You have any light bulb moments? It's like, yeah.
At the beginning, when you said step number 1 about the Zoom, to partner with someone, it should be like not more than 30 minutes, right?
What was your question?
About the
You
Zoom,
mean,
the
what
first
kind of Zoom are you doing?
Yeah, the first one that you mentioned, like step.
Oh, you mean if
number
you're going to share with what you learned here?
Yeah. Sorry, yeah.
I mean, just don't, I mean, you got to land the plane, right? Your goal is to share, but your goal is to paint the picture for them to see that they can do this and that you got this. Right. So if you have 4 people share, that's 15 minutes each. That's great. And then you can open up for Q&A at the end. Yeah.
You mentioned that it should be free.
What?
It should be free, and then you can create a product. Like,
Yeah, I'm just saying if it's so good, you can create a product.
Exactly.
Like if you, totally create a product. That's how I've created all my products. Because you get feedback. You'll know if it's good or not. Like people give you feedback.
great, thank you.
Logan, you want to let him know? Logan, 3 minutes. Let him know. We have 3 minutes. 3 minutes. Where's Jesse? Let him know. We have 3 minutes. Okay. I just can't get behind. Any other questions on that?
I have a question. So you said add a video to each email? And what do you think about adding like a picture of ourselves? Is that a good thing to do?
I mean, so what I do is sometimes I will do the thumbnail of the video, and I'll add that, and then add the link, to click on. I'll do that a lot, or sometimes I will just say, here's a short video. I always say short video, right? Here's a short video breaking it down for you.
I mean, like after like your name, like when you say like, at the end of the email, you
I
put a picture.
don't, because if somebody has weak internet, it won't load.
Okay.
And then they get frustrated because they see this little thing here that should be loading and they don't know what it is, and they lose their patience. So I don't do that a lot. I'd rather have them go to my social media and see me.
For example, what I do today is, because I have seen that, I want them to follow me because I want to build trust. For example, on my Facebook page, they profile who I am. I think that I can help them to feel related maybe with me, trust me, whatsoever. So what I do is, now you can, for example, I did it yesterday night. There was something related with you and with me, and then I posted it on Facebook. So I created a link on my email, and I just attached a link. Is it okay like that? Like that's what you want?
A link to where?
To my Facebook page. So that if you want to see this short interview that I did to a partner, and just the link like that, and just highlight it, and that's it. Yeah.
So the video that's in the group, isn't it like a reel or something?
No, it's for example a reel or a little post.
So
on
put the
my
link
Facebook
to the
page.
reel. Put the link to the reel or the link to the post.
Yeah, both. I do both, like either a reel or a post. Yeah. Is that okay? Okay.
Oh yeah, that's what I do all the time.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Great. I'm doing it.
So as far as the weekly newsletter, so we should not be emailing them every day. Obviously, they get the automated ones that are like the 30.
Right. So you have the email automations that go out every day, and then do like a weekly newsletter, and then of course you'll do more newsletters when we have webinars.
After you're past the 30 emails, how many should we do?
So that's what's cool, right? So if you do the Q&A, there's 31. If you do a really good newsletter one week, there's 32.
I'm on like 60.
Yeah, you can never have enough.
But I don't need to send one every day after the 30.
Yeah, so what I do after like day 34, it goes to like every other day. Then it does that for like 2 weeks, and then it goes like every 3 days. Yeah. But yeah, it's because they'll leave, right? They'll leave. And here's something else I do. So what else I do, if you guys are going live, what I'll do on my live is I set this all up. So I will literally say on my live, I'll be like, now go here, here's my website, and here's what's gonna happen. You're gonna put your email in, because I'm gonna send you a video to your email so you can watch it at your convenience. I just gave them control. Because I'm getting their emails. I don't want them to feel like I'm controlling them. I'm telling them, so you can watch the video at your convenience. Oh, she's helping me. That's the mindset they come. Like you're gonna get 2 emails from me, or two videos from me. Those videos will answer 99.1% of your questions. or 99.9% of your questions. That other 0.1% is because you need to feel safe. So you probably have a few questions. If you're the 0.1%, please email me and I would love to answer questions. I'm setting up the expectations that those 2 videos are enough. So they won't think that they need more. Because some people think that they need more and they really don't need more, but no, somebody needs to tell them they don't need more. So here's what else I say. I say that, and then I'm like, after you watch those 2 videos, if you're interested, great. I can't wait to work with you and love on you inside the community. If you're not interested, that's 100% okay. Scroll to the bottom and unsubscribe. Because I don't want to bother you, but I want to acknowledge you right now that you had the courage to check it out. So that's everything. So if you're interested, great. If you're not, I'll never bother you again. So then you're letting them know that they're not going to be spammed with your emails, that they can go to the bottom and unsubscribe. So I'm letting them know they have complete control. The control, they can watch the video at any time, control they can leave at any time, control they can buy at any time. And it really works a lot. Like I'll do that, you guys. When I see it pushed out, like my live pushed out, and then I do what I just said, boom, 30. Like if I don't do a live and get at least 30 leads, I did something wrong. But it will be like, do, that does it. Because they feel safe. They're like, okay, I can lead, I can learn, or I can maybe earn. So,
we're in the process of double checking it on another couple line. But we do create somebody's contract as opposed to them putting it in themselves because they just, it doesn't open and they go into your TikTok.
What do you mean create their?
Like if they sent you an email, right, because they couldn't do it on their own for whatever reason, and you create it in system, do they still get the thank you page, do you know?
They do if it's in your automations, but if you do that, it shows up on your IP and you're going to be flagged.
Okay, so then
Don't do that.
create content.
If they can't figure out how to put their own email in, you don't want them.
Okay.
And I say that, I'm like, go here, click on this, put your email in, and you'll get the video. If they're like, I can't do that, I'm like, delete. Like seriously, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's not hard. But you don't want to put it in. Because your IP, if you're flagged a few times, like it's coming from your IP, you'll get an email from the system. Because they just don't, because they don't want to be scammed or spammed. They don't want,
And if we've done that, we just leave it for now, like, we don't do it again?
Yeah, don't do it anymore. Yeah. Yeah, be careful with that. So, okay. Ready? Okay. Oh gosh, now we gotta get Dell to stop talking. I gotta go get the mic.